Hey, what's going on, everybody? Once again, this is Pastor Ron from Wings of Faith Kingdom Ministries of Fairmont, North Carolina. I'm thankful to be back with you today. I pray that you're doing well today. I'm going to deal with you briefly on the topic, men, it's time to put in work. Men, it's time to put in work. I'm going to be coming out of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, where Apostle Paul, he's dealing with the church at Thessalonica, and he said, when we was with you, we gave you this command that if he does not work, if anyone doesn't work, he shall not eat. You know, in this day and time, we like to talk about, well, I'm going to eat. You know, I'm going to eat. I'm going to put in some work. Well, Apostle Paul was saying, well, if you did not put in any work, you was not supposed to eat. Let me give you the context. Apostle Paul was writing from Corinth back to the church at Thessalonica because he had heard about some things that was going on. You had some folks being lazy. You know how they say idle hands is the devil's workshop. You had some people false teaching, talking about the second coming of Christ, and they believed the second coming of Christ was right now. So they decided that they wasn't going to do anything. They was just going to sit there and wait. They wasn't going to put any work in. But when Apostle Paul, he went on his different evangelistic ministries, wherever he went, he also put in work. And whoever was with them, they put in work along with them, so it wouldn't be a burden on the other people of the church. So what am I saying? Well, this is what I'm saying here. We have people in the church in different ministries that just show up for entertainment. That's all they're really. They're not going to pour into the ministry. They show up to church for a matter of tradition, a form or fashion. Well, my mama did it, my granddaddy did it, whatever. So I'm just going to go to church, not pouring into the church, not putting any work into the church whatsoever. But they full well want to reap the benefits of the church. A bill needs to pay. Don't get me wrong, I've been there before. Bill needs to get paid. Has not poured into the church, but fully expect the church to pour into them. Have not worked in the church, but they fully expect the church to work for them. But that's contrary to what Apostle Paul is talking about. If you don't work, you don't eat. Now I'm specifically dealing with men in this particular thing here, because we're living a day and time where we have able-bodied, healthy men that simply refuse to put in any type of work in anything. We're good with sitting back and watching the NFL. We're good with sitting back watching basketball. We're good with sitting up and playing the video games all day and everything, hanging out with the fellas all day, all week, but actually putting in real work, real productive work, no, that's out of the question. But yet we still feel as though that we're supposed to reap the benefits of someone else that put in good work. You know, I raised my kids and raised my daughters, and particularly if a man is not working, and I could care less if it's at McDonald's or a Fortune 500 company, long as they're putting in work. But if you have a man that's want to sit at home and don't want to do nothing, well, he needs to get kicked to the curb. Bottom line, there is no place for that laziness in the kingdom. It's not no place for that as far as secularly either. It's quite simple. You know, my Bible tells me this, that because you was faithful of a few things, that you will be ruler. I'll make you ruler over many. So I have to be good at working at what I have, okay? If I'm going to expect anything else, I can't possibly expect to be like Elmer J. Fudd, mansion the yacht, and not putting in any work. Folks want to come into the ministry and walk in and all of a sudden want a divine elevation and everything, but don't put in any work. Men, folks at the house, they want to be treated like a king, okay, but not willing to put any work in. Men, it's time to put in work. Stop sitting back and talk about how much of a man you are, okay, but you're not really doing anything to be worthy of being called a man. I see see so often, well, I'm a man or I'm a king. Okay, well, a king fights for his kingdom. A king works for his kingdom. A king actually does king things. When back in the day when it was wars, kings actually rode out. They was the first into battle. Okay, to fight for their kingdom, to expand their kingdom. So men, if we're not putting in the work, how can we expect expansion in the kingdom? If we're not putting any work, how do we expect a steak on the table? If we're not putting any work, how do we expect the nice house and the nice car? How do we expect the kids to go to school and all these things if we're not putting in work? It's high time that we come down off of this false narrative that just because I was born with a certain gene, that makes me a man. No, that makes you a male. Okay, a man provides for his. A man takes care of his. Men in the church do things in the church, amen, to grow the church. We don't wait for someone's permission to get a job done. We get on our bike and get to riding. So once again, men, it's time to start putting in work. And women, I just have to give it to you the way it is. You know, if you're with a man that's want to sit back at the house and watch you put in work, Bible said, man don't work, he don't deserve to eat. So you can cook dinner all you want to. But I'm just telling you what Apostle Paul said. That's not what pastors say. So that being said, men, it's time to put in work. It's time to put in work. Once again, this is Pastor Ron from Wings of Faith Kingdom Ministry. I pray that this was a blessing to you. I'm looking forward to all the things that God is continuing to do in our ministry. He's blessed us with being able to open up a theological seminary. That'll be coming to you. Coming to y'all the first quarter of the new year. Remember last year when I spoke how Wings of Faith was going to be launched the first quarter of the year. Here we go. We was launched. I spoke it. It came to pass. I'm speaking the seminar. It's coming to pass. Everything's done. The ink is dry. So I'm looking for that to be a blessing. Again, if the video was a blessing to you, I pray that you like it, you share it, you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And once again, I pray that God continue to bless you and heaven shines upon you.